Turn the mic on. Truth in the building. No filters. No politics. No apologies. Dr. Ken, let's go. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fade. Stand tall, even when the whole ground break. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth gon' speak, Dr. Ken in the booth.
Truth don't sleep.
Came from the bottom where survival was law. Learn real quick what respect really costs. Everybody got opinions from afar, but they ain't never had to carry those scars. Built from pressure, discipline, pain. Some lose focus, some lose aim. Some sell souls just to chase that fame. I build my brick by brick, no shame. See the world get weak when it need a moment. Too many followers pretending they friends. Too many loudmouths scared to defend any real conviction when the pressure set in. But I stand on business, stand on code, stand on truth when the lies explode. Some fold up when the road gets cold. Some become legends when the story gets told. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fades. Stand tall, even when the whole ground breaks. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth gon' speak, Dr. Ken is on.
Truth don't sleep.
Frank. Candid.
Straight to the point.
If nobody else gon' say it, I will. Yeah. Mic check, truth coming live again. Built for the storm, I don't hide from wind. Everybody tough when the lights are bright. Different story when it's dark outside at 10. I done seen pride make kings collapse. Seen weak minds get trapped in traps. Seen good people never fight back. Seen fake leaders disappear too fast. So I speak for the workers, speak for the tired, speak for the people still trying to climb higher. Speak for the ones still building through fire, trying to lead this world better than prior. And if the truth hurt, let it hurt a little. Growth don't happen staying safe in the middle. Either build your life or become a riddle. Either move the crowd or get played like fiddle. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fades. Stand tall, even when the whole ground break. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth gon' speak, Dr. Ken in the booth.
Truth don't sleep.
Dr. Ken's truth. Frank, Dr. Ken's truth. Dr. Ken's truth. Dr. Ken's truth. Frank, Candid.
Straight to the point, to the point.
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Dr. Ken Harris and welcome to Dr. Ken's Truth. It's been great being here. Actually, we had a great time over the weekend because we had a meetup and you weren't there. Those that were there knew who they were. Want to say, hey, what's up? Welcome to the chat. I said I wasn't going to do this, but let me dive in. I want to say thank you to RN Kwanda. She showed up. Sincere Ronnie Ray Real. Todd was there. Anita was there. We had a great time and you missed it. So if you didn't text back to say where we were, you didn't make it. And if you didn't feel like driving that far, that was on purpose because those that wanted to make it made it. So we'll have more. We'll have more as the summer goes on. And I don't know, we might even do our show live from Miami or some other undisclosed place that I'm not going to say, but I'll say when those people move where they move and they know who I'm talking about, but I'm going to keep that secret. But yeah, we might be cruising out and do some stuff and do some things. So let me check the chat. Hey, what's up? The monitor is here as always. Kwanda, good to see you. Good to be here. What's up, Todd? I see Todd. still on, so I don't know what's going on. So we'll see. I'm gonna just keep going. I'm gonna just keep rolling. I'm gonna just keep doing. I think I don't know. I might have froze or something, or I don't know what's going on. But I just want to say what's up. Let me keep going through. Hey, what's up, sincere Sir Chance? What's going on? You missed it, bruh. You missed it. You missed a good time. SE. Curly Q said she was gonna roll up, but she didn't roll up. So Curly Q gonna get hollered at. Besides, Curly Q's not in the chat, so I get to talk about Curly Q. Let me see who else is up here. Hey, Kathleen, what's going on? Good afternoon. Hey. So yeah, we gonna try to hit an undisclosed location in the fall. When folks get situated, and all of a sudden I'm gonna show up, and there's gonna be some folks from the chat on there. We're gonna start doing some promotions starting in July, so we can go get a bigger audience. If you can't be, hey, what's up, Jasmine? If you can't be here Thursday, Black Book Thursday is gonna be off the chain. Let me see if I can put something. Can I put something in the YouTube chat? Let me see. Can I upload if I can't do it. I was gonna upload a chat Thursday. Let me make sure I get it right, because I don't want to get it wrong, because sometimes I'll be forgetting and stuff. But want to tell you, Thursday at 4:00, we've got B. Libra Cafelli. B. Libra Cafelli. He's an author. We've been talking about housing development. We've been talking about why these cities just can't find money for their neighborhoods. And so that's one of the things we're going to be talking about. We're going to dive in. We're going to be covering chapter 1, and then we're going to look at the conclusions. We can't do the whole book. I'd have to give it to you months in advance so you can read it. And, a few people like Kwanda be taking notes and all that other stuff. But you need to be here. So when people start arguing why we don't have money and why money isn't there, it's not always the elected officials. It's not their fault. They have to work within the system that they're given. And we'll talk about these systems that are in cities and how the federal government set it up and all that. So it'll be great. Somebody said, hey, Lucretia. Is Lucretia in here? I didn't see Lucretia. Is Lucretia up in here? I didn't see Lucretia up in here. Is Lucretia up in here? Or somebody? See, y'all be using real names and fake names and all kind of different names. Want to say what's up? Hey, what's up, Sherwin? I'm sure Sherwin will probably check this out later. He's on tonight at 7:00 Central Time, so y'all can check out Sherwin Hughes at Hughes Views, 411 Hughes Views. So go check him out. I believe his page is stuck on mine, and I follow him. And if it don't, I'm gonna put it on there, and we're gonna follow each other. And between the two of us, you should get everything that's going on in the city of Milwaukee. But we had some strange stuff going on in the weekend. It brought up another thing, and sometimes people are like, sometimes you repeat yourself. Yeah, because sometimes things pop up and they just irritate me. But I've said it before about people disagreeing. It's okay to disagree. You can argue your point. You can shake hands. You can move on. But today, I don't know what it is. A lot of conversations feel like a lit match dropped on dry grass. I mean, the smallest disagreement can make a family feud, a workplace conflict. I mean, all our war broke out between Israel and Iraq, all that. Why is that? Well, we traded curiosity for certainty. We replaced listening with waiting for our turn to talk. And we convinced ourselves, notice I said us, I do it too, convinced ourselves that disagreement is disrespect and that someone holding a difference of opinion is somehow a threat to our identity. White people do it. Black people do it especially. Look at road rage. There was a shooting over the weekend at a wedding reception, and I don't know why it happened yet, but clearly there was a disagreement. And coming to a wedding reception with a gun, that's like an altogether different issue. But maybe it's pride. I don't know. Pride tells us that changing our mind makes us weak, right? And nobody wants to look weak. Pride tells us that admitting another person has a valid point is surrender. I still don't know what you're giving up, though. Pride convinces us that being right is more important than being true. And what determines that outcome is not the force itself, but how it's controlled. Conversation is no difference. Words can educate us. We were talking about that this weekend. That's what Kwanda was talking about, going back and getting her Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Words can educate or humiliate. They can build bridges. They can erect walls. They can heal wounds or create new wounds. They can, I think the problem is that people disagree. But that's not it. The problem is that too many people forgot how to disagree and not destroy the other person. A healthy society, a healthy Black community depends on the ability to exchange ideas, exchange politics, exchange money, exchange all those things without treating every difference as a declaration of war, because it is. Now, if we lose that ability, we lose more than civility. We lose the foundation of community, of friendship. And next time somebody disagrees with you, don't attack them. It becomes that urge. We become defensive. Don't attack. The same force that can warm a house can bring it down. The same energy that can make a meal can destroy a city. Well, how? There's only one thing in life that can relieve hunger or destroy civilization. That's fire. And that's my view. Frank, candid, and in my case, straight to the point. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. You're here at Dr. Ken's Truth. Let me jump in this YouTube chat because y'all be hollering at people, and let me make sure y'all doing the right thing and saying the right stuff and doing the right thing. Todd said, look, I got sunglasses on. It's hard to see in sunglasses. Todd said, Sincere, are you cool with Triple R? Hey, what's up, Babar? How's it going? Jasmine, go get my Klondikes. Y'all tripping. Hey, Lucretia, what's going on? Okay, Lucretia finally popped in. Now they talking that bestie nonsense with Kwanda. She didn't show up either, so I'm mad. Thank you, Anita. Thank you, Todd. Thank you. Let me see. Todd was there first. So Todd, Anita, Kwanda, Sincere, they all showed up, even though they got stuck in traffic. You know how that is. Let me see what's going on with the weather. It's 68 degrees. High today was 71, but I didn't feel it. But the low tonight is going to be around 54, and sunset is at 8:35. No, I won't be here that long. So I was looking at a story, and it kind of threw me for a loop. By the way, one of my top 5. Let me do this now. I'm putting a poll. Should did it disappear? Yep, my poll disappeared. So let me start it again, and I'm gonna put it in here. because trade rumors have started about Giannis. So I'm going to ask the question again, whether or not Giannis should be, should he be traded or not. I know y'all going to trip and say, and y'all going to scream and holler and all that, but it's starting again. And before the trade deadline comes up, they might bounce him to another team. Who knows? Does justice move fast, in your opinion? I mean, does it move fast? I think it moves pretty slow in the suburbs. That's why I say there's a story on Fox 6 now that talks about a Wisconsin man who Fox 6 investigators called him the moving menace. He faces a death investigation and 10 criminal cases from 9 different departments. How did all that happen? So there was a 2015 Toyota Corolla moving at about 80 miles an hour down Forest Home. Greenfield went after him, slowed him down. He said it was a woman slumped over the wheel and she needed to get to a hospital. This is Mina Abidi, A-B-I-D-I. And so she slumped over the passenger seat. They got her out, did, CPR. No joy, right? She ends up dying. He said he was trying to go to the nearest hospital. But dude had been driving around for hours, went to Walgreens twice, did all sorts of things. And what it came down to is this guy has been causing trouble for years, but nobody ever knew about this guy because he was in 9 different jurisdictions, all between Waukesha County and Milwaukee County. And it was crazy. He even came to Milwaukee. August 12th of 2024, Abidi was in Cedarburg, and this guy, Burczyk, B-R-C-Z-Y-K, said she wanted to hang out and needed some money. So this guy has gone around and got money from people. He's robbed places. He's done all sorts of things. He's got criminal cases in Big Bend, Franklin, St. Francis, Muskego, Wauwatosa, Waukesha DA's office, Glendale, West Dallas, Greenfield, and Milwaukee. He stopped showing up for court. But why couldn't they find him? He'd been stopped by the police a bazillion times. But this guy just goes from place to place, racking up charges, racking up issues. He's stolen stuff. He's committed burglary. Looks like no robbery. He's a level 5. He's at the highest risk category of a person who's ever been taken into custody. He's got a total 10 open cases, 35 criminal charges against him. How did this guy not get caught? Well, he didn't get caught because he was in the suburbs. That's my rendition. It was a $77,500 cash bail in Milwaukee based on this death. But he also has 3 additional criminal cases in Waukesha County, and he's due in court July 10th. So my question is, how did this guy go this long without being caught? Had he done this in Milwaukee County, and he did, but for some reason, nobody checked. What is the solution? Here's my solution. We need a field interview database. Every time somebody gets stopped by the police and what they get stopped for, they need to write it down, because that's what most communities do anyway. There needs to be a statewide database. And if you had seen that this guy had been stopped for multiple things and was wanted in multiple places, somehow warrants didn't get into the system, there needs to be some type of field interview. Now, is it a violent? I don't know. I'm not a constitutional scholar, but is it a violation of people's civil rights? Maybe, maybe not. It's not a violation to have a record of when you get stopped by the police. But at some point, had this guy not been in a suburb, they never would have found him. Or should I say, had he not been in Milwaukee, they never would have found him. Luckily, Greenfield did their job. And then after they got in custody, that's when all these cases start popping up. I think it's crazy. I think it's just ridiculous that they never caught this guy. They never caught him. I don't understand how. For the life of me, I do not understand how you could not catch a guy that had committed all these cases. Nationality, go to fox6now.com. It's one of their lead stories. Somebody said, "What's the nationality?" He's a white guy. But should that matter? I mean, in many cases, it does. It really does matter. The implicit bias of a police officer, and we got to dive into implicit bias one day. Um, it's really a thing, and it causes people to, especially when you have something in common, to have an internal way of just letting people looking at your commonalities and let them stack up more than what they do wrong. So it's got to be pretty egregious. The guy died. I'm pretty sure the cops that stopped them, I don't know what they were, but odds are they were white males. And so they probably, found something they could give a little love to or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm totally speculating. But at some point, you would think that somebody would have noticed this. And I don't understand what it is that allows us to do that. But for some reason, we keep letting people slide and letting people get away with things. Is it they're being nice? I don't know. Is it I don't know. I have no idea. I know if it was me, I would have been in custody 5 minutes after. I don't think there were kickbacks, Jasmine. I think just like when black people do stuff wrong, black people are sympathetic. It goes both ways. That's my rendition of it. I think it goes, or my understanding. It goes both ways. Based on my experience, we tend to be softer on people we have things in common with. That's one of the reasons why domestic violence is so high, because men tend to respond and men tend to be a little more understanding of the guy in his frustration, just like women tend to be more understanding of women. That's how the whole Me Too thing popped up. No, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But those are the types of things we have to really look at. We really need to look at those things. So, moving on. Shopping black. Do you shop black? Is shopping black important? There's a story on theroot.com about, I think it's in Atlanta, where a black-owned nail salon in Atlanta was filled with customers after reports to boycott Asian businesses gained traction. And it's really got no signs of slowing down. It was a story that was published today by Angela Wilson on theroot.com, TheRoot.com. And I just found it interesting that we talk about doing things that was, black, but does it really come to fruition? Does it really matter? Does it really do anything? I don't know. I would hope so. Bees Nails in Atlanta, you go inside and it's full. Black-owned nail shop, packed with black nail techs, black consumers, getting manis and petties. And one customer said she said it's crazy that it should not have taken another Asian incident for our black businesses to thrive. We should have did this. And so, well, she said we should have been did this, but I was just trying to use good English. The story says propelled by massive push to boycott Asian-owned shops, Bees Nails is one of the black-owned businesses now flourishing with no signs of slowing down. Ms. B, the owner and manager of Bees Nails, confirmed to The Root today that we've seen an uptick in her business. And so my question to you is shopping black, should that just be a thing? But then we have to look at it. Is it racist to shop black? Or is it just acceptable because everybody does it? How we choose things, places we go. I'm not talking about a place where, how can I say this? The negative part comes out. The shootings and the fighting and the loudness. There's some black places I don't go because it's too loud. And it wasn't a product of my age. It was a product of just, I don't like loud environments like that. It's too loud. And as Quanda so notedly reminded me, and sincere, my ADHD kicks in. And when it kicks in, it gets confusing. And when it gets confusing, I leave. I stay away from places that are like that. It can get, there seems to be, and maybe I'm biased. Yes, I'm biased. There seems to be a propensity for drama to break out. It would be if I went into a Hells Angels biker bar. I'm not going because odds are something's going to break out. And I think it's the caliber of person. And so if I can find a black establishment that has a caliber of person, yes, Quanda, I'm saying it, bougie, I'll go. But if there's drama, I'm not going. And usually when there's a loud crowd and everybody's hanging around and running off at the mouth, eventually somebody's going to not like each other. They're going to not get along. And next thing you know, the fight's going to break out. So I hang out in certain places because that's what doesn't happen. I'm just saying. Yes, top 5. Oh, hush. Todd said, Triple R, I've seen a Volvo with a cold chrome guard on the front. Okay, now they're talking about cars. Interesting. Nobody ever listens to me. I just go here and do this podcast just for the heck of it. But, nobody ever listens, I guess. The next topic I wanted to get to before my top 5 is rather interesting, and it sounds like a Sherwin Hughes topic, and it might be, I don't know, but attractiveness. Like, what do you find attractive about men, about women? What makes a person attractive? Is it their physical features? Is it their voice? Is it their intellect? Are you attracted more to, like, what are the top 5 things that attracts you to a person? Is it their feet? That's weird. I knew a person that didn't want anybody to touch their feet, and they didn't want to touch anything. They always wore shoes. They always wore closed toe shoes. Is that the thing? Closed toe shoes. Their feet could never touch the ground. It was the weirdest thing in the world. I don't know what they did as a baby, but it was just weird. And so I started thinking about what makes a person attractive. What Babar said he loves elbows. What? Elbows? We're going to get into trucks pretty soon. I'm thinking about buying a truck, but then it would limit where I could live. Like if I live in a place where I can't park on the street, I'd be stuck. But I don't know. Anyway, what makes it attractive? Does a truck make a person attractive? Oh my God, I love that man. He drives a truck. I don't know. It wouldn't do it for me, but I don't like guys. but what I don't really understand what makes something attractive. For me, intellect, being educated, physically attractive, not so much. Let me think. Throw it in the YouTube chat. What makes a person attractive? Is it the height? Some women like tall men. Some men like tall women. Some short guys like tall. What is it that makes a person attractive? Quanda said eyes, teeth, sense of humor, intellect, competence, and responsibility. Okay, the eyes, I get it. Is it the eyes in terms of nice eyes? Is it eyes in terms of those light brown, hazel eyes? Is it like, what about teeth? Because I got a gap right here. So I know she don't like me. I know who she like, but anyway. A sense of humor. What does that mean? I can tell girl jokes, body jokes, sex jokes. What? I don't know. What does that even mean? Let me see. Intellectual. can have a conversation, can hold a conversation, not emotional when they have a conversation? Is it that they read a lot? Is it that they know a lot? What about talk a lot? Babar, stop. Um, I don't know. Competence. What does that mean? Qualify it. Tell me what that means. Give me an example of a person. I'm assuming Quanda likes men, um, based on who she brought with her. What 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 makes a man competent? The ability to hold a conversation, a clear conversation, go back and forth, um, and then responsibility, paying your bills, taking care of what you've done, messing up. I don't know. What does that mean? Um, Sincere said, looks is one thing, but why it becomes, besides that, vibe. What is vibe? See, y'all keep giving me these general comments, but not really saying. When you say vibe, personality, attitude, communication, I only ask for five, Sincere. Gee, goals, drive, ambition, and so on and so on. But the vibe and connection is the tell. Oh, vibe. Can you get along with a person? Do you argue with the? All Bebar is doing is laughing. Can you get along with the person? Can you? I don't know what that means. Sincere. Explain one of those. Based on knowing who you're with, it's got to be vibe, definitely. But what makes a connection a connection? Is it sexual? Is it physical? Is it, I don't know. What is it? Is it mental? Is it that you can talk back and forth? I don't know. What makes a person attractive? Because everybody seems to have a different way of looking at people and a different way of, because I've seen some absolutely physically beautiful women that weren't worth the nail polish on their toes. And I've seen some very handsome guys that were trash. So I don't know. I don't know. Quanda says sense of humor. Not everything is so seriously intellectual competence. I mean, Todd said you have a sense of humor. The obscure is funny. Okay, but Sincere said it's intuitive. I don't know what that means, but I kind of know what that means. You just know. And I think if you can, this is just my rendition. If you can put your finger on why you care about somebody, then you probably don't care about it. It's a combination of stuff that makes you care about a person, makes you respond to a person. Some people over the weekend made some comments about why they listen to certain radio shows and why they don't, why they like certain people and why they don't. And I get it. I get it. There's some things about everything and everybody that's off-putting, like Quanda. I wouldn't have worn them glasses to save my life, but she had them glasses on and she could rock those glasses. You know what I'm saying? She could rock them. I couldn't rock them. I couldn't. That's just not my vibe. It's not my thing. Different people are in different ways. Jasmine said people who can sit in the quiet. Todd said don't take this too seriously. Yeah, don't take life so seriously. Life is a lot of fun. You better have some fun while you're here because it can end quick. Just look at the news over the weekend. Somewhere, somebody did something stupid, and next thing you know, poof, gone. So, yeah. Quanda said exactly. So stop making it hard for me while I'm trying to enjoy my movie. Stop listening while you enjoy. So Quanda went to the movies this afternoon. She said she went to the movies to see the Michael Jackson movie. So I'm gonna talk about that. I talked about it on my show. I talked about Quanda says she rocks what others won't. Well, that means you're like me. You're a contrarian. You tend to like things that people don't like. So that other guy you was with, people don't like him, and so you like him, right? Okay. All right. I'm just kidding. But I understand exactly what you're saying. I like quirkiness. those little things that people do that are just different. We don't even have to have a lot of things in common. Um, 2 or 3 things that are important, and that's about it. That's about it. But attractiveness is so ephemeral. It's kind of in the it's kind of in the eye of the beholder. It's in the eye of the person that sees it, so to speak. And so I've seen couples together, and I go, what are they seeing each other? And that sometimes couples are so different that that's what the attraction is. That you're with somebody who's different, who is I like that. Jasmine said, "Facts. Life can be hard. Find the joy parts. A black man jumped to his death from the apartment on Third and Wells. Live life and laugh." Quanda said, I hated to admit that, Dr. Kidd, but you are absolutely correct. The more I listen to you, I ask myself, I'm a contrarian. And it's really not contrarian, right? It's the ability to look at things from both sides and still keep your side, but challenge a person to find out, does a person really believe what they want to believe? So, Quanda, when you say, so what are your thoughts on us? What do you mean us? Which us? Like you and that other guy, us, or you and me, us? Because we totally different, like opposite bookends. Age, where you live, what you like, how you adorn yourself. I'm not a big earring guy. I used to have a beard, mustache, full head of hair, down the shoulders and all. People change. You're a guy. What are your thoughts? Quanda asked. So I really didn't see you guys, but I think I understand what he said when you had your little episode. He responded to that before anybody else responded. And that means that's somebody that pays attention, somebody that cares, somebody that knew exactly what to do. Started asking you questions. Hey, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you need this? Do you need that? And only a person who knows you will be able to see those things. Does that make sense? Okay. I think it's cute. I think you might be too much of a go-getter, though, which is the opposite. He seems the opposite of that. He seems to be very strategic and very going to do this, then this, then this. You're like a bull at a china shop. You just go. You just go, right? And there's somebody there to pull your coattails. Hey, slow down. You're about to run off a cliff, because they seem to, because I don't know people's age, but he seems to have a little more experience doing some things. And so he's been able to kind of pull your coattail and at the same time support you, to disagree and say, I'm not with that, but if you're with it, that's fine. I'll support you, but know that I'm not with that. Just by the way you all spoke to each other. You could see a little bit of a dust up, but there wasn't an explosion because you kind of know each other's rhythm. You know each other's. That was pretty cool. I give y'all like an A-. If I knew you longer, I'd probably give you an A, but I'm going to just give you an A-. How's that? Is that good? Todd said he likes girly girls. Yeah, I can see that. A woman who is very comfortable being a woman. Yeah. But I think one thing we miss is that everybody's different. And so just because you don't get along with a person, don't like a person, or not attracted to a person, doesn't mean they're not a good person and you're not a good person. Quanda said, and I appreciate him more than you know because he definitely knows me and will appreciate your support. He's definitely older, only by 3 years, but he's definitely more hardworking than me. Right. Yeah. Sincere said, I'm very protective. I'm very attentive and protective of my love, period. Yeah, you won't always be that way. You go miss some stuff. There is a book and I'm going to try to find it, that you guys should read. And it's on Audible, and it is one of the best books I've read. Let me see if I can find it. I love doing things like out the blue. Let me see if I can find it in my downloads. Nope, can't find it. Oh, I know where it is. The book is called Safe by Scott Austin Martin. Get that book and read it. Sincere, get the book and read it. Todd, get the book and read it. Hey, what's up, Willie? Willie, get the book and read it. Who's the other guys in here? Sir Chance, get the book and read it. Any guys in here? Get the book called Self. Babar, get the book called Self. It's by Scott Austin Martin. And I think it'll change your life. I think it will definitely change your life. I do. All right, well, that's enough of that. I'm not into all the mushy stuff like that. We got a poll in the YouTube chat. Poll question for the day: should Giannis be traded? Let me go check, by the way. Should Giannis be traded? Going too fast. Todd said later it does her nails and hair. Oh, I'm torn about that one. If you can afford to do it, that's one thing. But to have raggedy clothes on and good nails and good toes and good hair is weird. Or to have really, 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 really great nails and great everything, and your hair is jacked, that's weird. But I understand that. It costs money. Sometimes you may not have the money. That's just life. But if a woman has dirt under her fingernails, I don't care how beautiful your nails are. That's terrible. Dirt under your fingernails is gross. That's just me. But that's got to be one of the grossest things in the world I've ever seen. You're listening to Dr. Ken's Truth, and we'll be right back with what? Top 5. Who's back? Yep, I'm back. You're listening to Truth, Dr. Ken's Truth, the truth. Sincere said no, Giannis needs to finish what he started. I don't even know what that means. He needs to finish what he started. Oh, well, let me check this poll right quick. The poll in the YouTube chat: should Giannis be traded? Quanda said, me too, no matter how short or long, dirty nails. Babar said, Giannis can go. He's become a distraction to the team. Bucks screwed him over when they hired your boy, Doc Rivers, as head coach. Giannis needs to go to New York. Wow. Jasmine said, bye, Giannis. Wow. Todd said any donuts today. Is that a cop joke? And Todd used to be a cop. I think I'm offended. I honestly think I'm offended. Can't you tell? Wait a minute. I gotta get an offended look. Okay. I had to get a offended look. Offended me. Weather now, temperatures dropped a couple degrees to 66. Again, the low tonight is 54, so we ain't got far to go. It's only 12 degrees. See, I can count. I went to public high school and elementary school. So there you go. Speaking of Giannis, but then the real question is, I don't know. The real question for Giannis is, will he stay or will he go?
Number 5.
From CBS 58, Giannis said, well, somebody said they think he'll stick around, but trade rumors are out there. Fans are kind of what the YouTube chat is. The YouTube chat is at 64% say yes. I'm sorry. Oh, it just popped. 67% say yes and 33% say no. So, I mean, we'll see. Just ahead of the 2026 NBA draft, Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo could be traded. That's according to ESPN reporter Shams Charania. But what does Milwaukee think about the potential trade? The hope that Giannis sticks around is alive and well amongst some of the fans CBS 58 spoke to this morning. But the general consensus around those, around the Fiserv Forum is that do whatever it takes, but keep the man that brought a ring to Milwaukee. So he's been with the Bucks 13 years, drafted in 2013, took the Bucks to their first championship win in 50 years in 2021. And since then, they've been talking about trading. And every year they talk about trading. Some fans CBS 58 talked to said they're holding on to hope. Is that a Wisconsin thing? Is that a Milwaukee thing? Y'all just hate to get rid of people. Jamira Jabbers, Jabers, a Bucks fan, said he ain't leaving yet, so he's going to stay. Like, no, we family. He signed up for Milwaukee. He committed to it. And honestly, I think with him, we're stronger. And with us, he's stronger too. I think he'll stick around for another time. But when is that time going to come? 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. It's coming up into the 5th season. And they sometimes make it to the playoffs, and sometimes they don't. And then what? What are we going to do? See, I like the Bucks, but I don't know if staying is going to be better. I don't know if staying is really going to be better, but will the Bucks be better? I don't know, but we'll see. Hey, by the way, there's a governor's race going on, and it's a boatload of Democrats, and they're down one.
Number 4.
If you haven't heard, Missy Hughes dropped out of the governor's race and endorsed the lieutenant governor, Sarah Rodriguez. She suspended her campaign today. And in a statement, she says she made the decision after considering the qualities and experience she believes are needed to be governor. Is that you saying that you don't have it? I don't know. She cited Rodriguez's background as Peace Corps volunteer, emergency room nurse, and CDC intelligence officer. I don't really know if those things translate, or if anything really translate to running a state. Hughes says she believes Rodriguez is the strongest candidate to win in November and build a broad coalition of voters. I don't know. On the Democratic side, to be honest with you, it's a toss-up. I know who I don't want. What's her name? Jessica Hong, the socialist. I'm not really into that. So if that's who's gonna win, I don't know. It's a toss-up. We got a few black candidates that are in it. At that level, should race matter? Yes and no. I don't know. But at some point, we need to we need to understand and realize that, things happen. Hey, by the way, I found a new way of celebrating Father's Day.
Number 3.
So, love the suburbs. Police in Delafield and deputies from Waukesha County Sheriff's Department responded to a shooting at a home in a suburb on Father's Day. This is from WISN 12. Investigator told on scene told 12 News that a son shot his father. There's tape surrounding a house near McDowell and Hickory Hill Drive just after 4 p.m. I love it how when it's in the city of Milwaukee, you hear almost the exact address of where stuff is. But in the suburbs, it's a little general. Just west of Nagawicca Lake, 12 News crew could see several evidence markers on the ground near the home's front porch. And according to Waukesha County Sheriff's Office, 52-year-old man was shot in what they're calling a domestic incident, and their 25-year-old son was arrested. I guess his Father's Day wasn't happy, huh? Okay. Well, in other parts, there's good news.
Number 2.
A Milwaukee judge from JS Online, a Milwaukee judge, circuit court judge, has formally blocked, and I talked about this before, a city curfew that tried to target food trucks. Common Council had unanimously endorsed and enacted an ordinance in late April that would take effect early in May that would have enforced a ban on food trucks operating after 10 o'clock. Now, that's probably, and in Burnham Park neighborhood, it would have been 11 o'clock. That is probably the stupidest, one of the stupidest ordinances I've ever heard of in my entire life. This is stupid. Days before the enforcement, conservative Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty sued the city of Milwaukee on behalf of Abdullah Ismail, owner of Fatty Patty food truck. I've seen that truck before, who argued the ordinance change would cause his business irreparable harm and violate his economic rights under the Wisconsin Constitution. And at the time, Judge Gene M. Keyes granted an emergency stay. That was May 8th, prevented the ordinance from going into effect. Well, they had a hearing June 12th. It was what the newspapers call fiery. Food truck restrictions remained on hold as Keyes told attorneys she needed more time to prepare a written ruling on the request for a formal injunction. Well, she issued a formal writing today. She noted that the city offered no proof, just naked conclusions that shorten the hours of operations for food trucks would reduce or deter or unmotivate the movement of crowds of people in the city's entertainment districts between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. Ismail said of the ruling today, today's decision will help small business owners like me stay open and keep operating and keep our employees working. The injunction places the ordinance on hold as litigation continues for the time being, and it keeps the current closing at 1 a.m. for downtown food trucks. She said that it was unlawful. This is what the Wisconsin Institute of Law and Liberty, that it was unlawful and should serve as a warning to local governments that they're not allowed to be above the law. Milwaukee's attempt to blame small business owners for violent crime made no sense. That's what Associate Counsel Kristen Atanesov said today. She said Milwaukee needs to address the crime problem, but this is not the way. Now, Robert Bauman, who's an alderman, I believe covers part of downtown, introduced the ordinance and said it was in the interest of public safety. And his district is home to the bars and businesses on Water Street. Underscored his concern following several shootings in the area in recent years. So why don't you just stop the crime? Well, Judge Keyes wrote, there's no evidence presented by the city of Milwaukee that food trucks are some sort of magnet to underage drinking individuals and under curfew age individuals that engage in violent acts. And of course, the city attorney didn't respond to JS Online's immediate response for a comment. So I always thought it was a dumb one. I always thought that it was an idiotic ordinance. And that was that. But I talked about a verdict on last week, and there's some additional information that has just come forward.
Number one.
That Marquette crash, you remember that? Well, JS Online talked to one of the jurors, and basically a jury acquitted Andrea Brunner of felony charges in a fatal crash that killed 2 Marquette University students. They played lacrosse. A jury described one of them, described it as an uncomfortable situation that involved tearful deliberations. Brunner's defense argued the other driver who was speeding was more responsible for the collision. The juror stated that while Brunner contributed to the crash, the other driver's recklessness was a stronger factor in the deaths. Well, she said her uncomfortable decision was to acquit a driver of felony charges in connection with a fatal car crash that killed 2. Now, they joined in the not guilty. Brunner is a 42-year-old from West Dallas. She was arrested at the scene. This was September 5th last year, 27th in St. Paul near Marquette's campus. Killed Scott Michon, 19, and Noah Schneider, 20. She had 6 felony counts, and all of them she was found not guilty. She was intoxicated, so she was part of the crash. I believe she contributed to the crash, but evidently a jury of her quote-unquote peers dictated that that wasn't so. They stated that another driver, Peter McColgan, also a Marquette student, was driving 53 and that's who the real cause of the crash was. Now, did the defense attorney do their job? Yes, they did their job. Their job is to collect the facts. Now they rearranged the facts to make it look like she was not guilty. That's their job. I get it. But at some point, we need to start holding people accountable. And she was not held accountable. And that gives me unreadiness. That's one of the issues I have. So thanks for listening to Dr. Ken's Truth. Let me go back to my YouTube chat before I get out of here. We also got to check out the poll that we put up. They're still talking about Giannis. Sincere said he played a part in the team's success and failures, ups and downs. He needs to regain his leadership. It might be the coach, too. Hey, what's up, Curly Q? Yeah, you are late. You are late. Todd was talking about a story I was talking about earlier with the guy that had outstanding crimes. He said that's Delafield. They must have passed it on to Waukesha WSD detectives. Yeah. Kwanda said it's a really good documentary. She went to go see the Michael Jackson nonsense today. I call it nonsense because it omitted a lot of information and it didn't cover some of his sex assault crimes and crimes against children. I mean, if you're going to do it, and part of it is when families put together documentaries and when families put together films and they got to have last word, it's not going to turn out right. So anyway, that was just me. Let me go back through here. Sincere said, where's our pick? I sent the pick to the other person. Check with the other person that you're probably with right now. They have it. I'm just saying, hey, what's up, Essie? Essie said, have a good evening, Dr. Ken. Todd said, Triple R, it was going too fast the other way. Volvos are fast. I don't know. Yeah. So that's it for me. Of course, if you want to email me, you can hit me at drkenstruth@gmail.com. You can always support us by going to the swag store and getting a little something. That's at drkenswag.printify.com. If you look at the scroll down at the bottom, and you see Dr. Ken's Truth Monday through Thursday, 4 to 5 Central Time. Swag, drkenswag.printify.me. Okay? All right, so make sure you go check it out. Babar said, I'm offended that you're not sharing your food, Dr. Ken. Oh, forget you. Free donuts. Get out of here. Babar says, Giannis shows that if he goes, his brothers won't be picked up by a team. No, they won't. No, they won't. Sincere said he played a part of the team. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. That is how the game goes. Some people stay, some people go. Everybody has a contract and they can get sold to the highest bidder. Nobody wants to pay that money for Giannis because they don't have any room on their roster because they got to pay it. Is there a salary cap in the NBA? I don't know. Somebody let me know. Is there a salary cap in the NBA? I wonder. All right, let me go to YouTube and finalize this. Let me go to YouTube and finalize this poll. Let's finally check it out and see what's exactly going on. In the final analysis, should Giannis be traded? 62% say yes, and 38% said no. And I guess some of y'all just want it. Just want it. I don't know. I'm not a big basketball fan. Of course, I admit it. And me and Todd talked about it a lot. I'm a baseball fan. So, you know, for me, baseball is like pretty much all I watch. Although I'm getting into soccer. World Cup, FIFA has got me kind of, you know, I like soccer only because my daughters played rugby. And so I do that. But other than that, I don't really basketball. Probably because I was no good at it. That's probably why. I want to say thank you for hanging out with me today. It's been a pleasure. I will see you on tomorrow. And of course, if you want to check us out, you can always check us out, Dr. Ken's Truth, on YouTube or Spotify. This will be up a little later, so we'll be doing that. I want to say thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Kwanda. Thank you, Sincere. Sir Chance, what's going on? Todd. Got to go back through. It's a lot of y'all on the YouTube. Hey, Jasmine. I think Kathleen was up in here. Babar. Lucretia, there you are. You did roll in early. Okay. I take back everything I thought about you. I do. Honestly. I take everything back. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody. Say what's up to anybody, because you know sometimes y'all get mad. Babar, y'all get mad and scream at me. What'd you do, man? You missed me. You didn't say my name. So if I missed you, charge it to my head, not my heart. Again, check out the Dr. Ken Swag at .printify.me and help support the show. Tell your friends. Tell everybody, hey, God bless. Take care. Have a great day. Don't work too hard. All right?
Quiet. Pick your head.
This is God bless. I'm out.